Just 1 second, guys. I need to do something with the camera. Yo guys, wow, welcome back. Oh, this thing is, Jesus, squeaking like hell. Oh, that's terrible. Apologies for that. Yeah, we're finally back. It's been probably like a month or so, I think. And as you can see, it's still not fully set up. I did my best to make something nice out of it. Yeah, of course, everything that you think, like it's Murphy's Law, that can go wrong will go wrong. So that's sort of happening right now. I believe they finally left. They were having a conference in my hallway, I believe. Like the building owner and some bunch of dudes who looked like they were doing like electricity and such. So if I do get shut off, then you know that they pulled the plug on the building. But we're gonna fingers crossed that the stream is gonna be uninterrupted. So let's see, what do we have? Who's here? It's been a while. I need to sort of get used to it again. Well, Mixwarp's here, of course, our very own featuring artist on the latest track. Mindset, yeah. Well, good is something else, but I have been. Let's put it like that. Everything has been. So good or bad. Yeah, it's been a lot. Like like moving houses is. They always say, or they say here, that it never is a good time. So it always sort of comes at a bad time. And I noticed that, yes. But it means also that I have a lot of... so I've been really busy, honestly. But it also means that there's a lot of good news. A lot of things happening, a lot of things coming up. I wish I could spend some more time actually making music. But yeah, I don't really have a studio right now. Still looking for a new studio space. I do have my speakers set up, my small ones. Large speakers are not connected, unfortunately, because they resonate so much in this new house. They're probably too big. And I mean, I haven't had complaints from my neighbors because I think they're pretty chill. But if I connected my large speakers and would play them at the volumes I used to play it at, then I would 100% get complaints. So still looking for a new space here in the new city, Breda. But yeah, I think I'll be fine. So yeah, and everything else, I'll just update you guys on what's been happening with SEKORA and myself throughout the stream. I think what's nice to start with is a little preview of a track that I played it last week So there's 2 tracks coming out soon. One is, ooh, that's a really nice one. I'm really happy to have signed him to the label. So this artist is coming to SEKORA in 2 weeks. And Rob Hess is a household name in the Dutch melodic house electronic scene. And one of his tracks, Gabriel, is by far my favorite. This track is already like a classic. Maybe I'll play it in the upcoming SEKORA radio, who knows. But this one is one of my favorite tracks. I'll play a little bit. And this is a Gabriel Nanda remix. And I honestly don't care if this gets flagged. This is such a good tune. And I've been listening to this track. It's been inspiring me for years. And now it's finally like Rob Hess, the original artist, is releasing with us. So that's really cool. And it's a banger of a track. I played it at the Melodic Show last week. No, was it last week? Week before. So not like a week and a half ago. I was playing in Eindhoven. Really nice show. It was organized by Joop and his friends. So we'll probably be doing this a lot more. It was completely full, sold out. It was a really nice show, really sick. Nice venue. Had some really cool. You can check out my Instagram. There's some videos there. But there's one track that's coming out this Friday. So Phelan is back, Matt, and I just sent him the video, so he hasn't seen it yet, and I haven't showed this video anywhere else. So probably gonna make like an edit or cut and share it with Matt and share it on the socials. But here we go. Don't mind the recording quality; it's a bit wobbly, but the track is really good. There you go. Really nice track coming out this Friday. Now that I'm looking at this video, though, I'm really happy that she didn't point the camera directly at the lasers. Man, that could have ruined my entire camera. I got this new camera, and I gave it to a friend, so that's why it's like the video doesn't really make sense. But it's a nice impression video. But like, if you point your camera at lasers, your camera catches a laser like that, it will completely destroy it. So watch out with that. It happened to my friend a couple times. That sucks. You can throw away your $2,000 camera when that happens. Okay, so anyway, Rob Hess is coming. I have a preview video as well of his track, and that's coming in 2 weeks. Same with iPod. All right. Yo, Evan is here as well. Dummy Splash. How's it going on, y'all? Okay, let's see how many demos we have, because that's what you guys are probably here for. Jeez. Okay, this one is getting deleted. Goodbye. Live stream is for unreleased demos only. and you can only post one. So whoever this is, you have chance to remove one of them. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pick the first one. Alright, what else we have here? So we're starting out today with X Music, then Mindset, Thomas, Mix Warp, that's 4, Robert 5, Dummy Splash 6. Alright, so we got 8 demos. Alright, cool. First, let's play some Looking at Me. First time I heard this one, I was like, damn, I know that voice. Who's that beautiful voice on this track? Man, last week's demos? Who were that? Right, yeah. We'll see. Okay, so Mindset reposted again. I'll get yours as well, Maynard. I think Thomas also reposted. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how far we get. Should have mentioned that. You should have reposted it. But it's fine. I'll get yours. Don't worry. For those who are in the chat who are actually, like, you know, actively here, because I think some of them aren't. For those who are actually here, I'll check your tracks. So what I'll do, I go through the list, and if someone doesn't respond, so if someone is not here on the stream, I'm just gonna skip it because we have too many otherwise.
You can change what happens next. All you can do is try. Keep fighting. Every day keep pushing them dudes.
We'll go with Mindset first then.
One day you get it.
Get Mindset, then I'll go with X, then Diki. Yeah, alright. Also really liking this new one by Floa. Floa's actually lately doing really well. I mean, I saw Fragments of the Past. This one is gonna hit 1 million this year probably. If you look at the stats, how it's going right now. Good chance. Yeah. Got some nice tracks coming up by Floa. Ooh, this is my private priority list. Whoopsies. I was supposed to play this one. Okay. Let's go into some demos, y'all. Don't Wait. By Mindset. I like your picture, by the way. It's cool. Where's that taken? Just checking my camera, but I'm not sure if it's actually charging. It would be bad. Let me check some settings here. Okay. I should hopefully not drain the battery too much. I like the ideas. Ideas are good. You have most of the elements covered. Mix-wise, I'd say there could be improvement. For some reason, the kick feels a bit like too heavy, and I noticed it here already. Actually, I think I'm gonna do this session with my headphones because I still need to get used to this setup, so yeah, I would recheck your kick. I think it might be like too heavy, too sub heavy, but it might also be that it's just too loud right now. So yeah, check that in your mix and compare it to your baseline. Basically, what I always do is I start with the kick. I put the kick at like -8 dB, something like that, or -10 even, and then I mix everything else after the kick. So I do the kick first, then I do the baseline, kick and baseline, and then I play those two together, make sure the side chaining is correct. You can also, in Ableton, you have the utility plugin, and you can do, there's like a small headphone icon, and there's a bass mono button. So I tend to put it on 130 Hertz as a cutoff, and then I put the bass mono by also click the headphones button so you can check all the low end, and then you can just turn up the volume, and this way it's a lot easier to mix your kick and bass to see it, or to hear how the low end is sort of reacting. If you have a good subwoofer, you have good speakers, this also helps, but you can even do it on headphones this way, because now you can sort of listen to how they sound in correlation to each other. And once you have that low end covered, then you just keep the volumes, and then if you notice that your bass is not cutting through the mix yet, then it's not the low end that needs tweaking. It's usually like the low mids or the higher mids that need a little bit of a boost. So if you want to have your bass line like stand out in the mix, it's probably best to just to sort of to boost it around 200 or 300 Hertz, because that's where that sort of grittiness comes in. But leave the sub end as it is, because if you then boost your entire bass sound, assuming that you haven't layered it, then you're also gonna mess up your low end. What I tend to do is I split it in two, so I have like I have a sub bass for the low end, which I mix in with the kick, so everything is sounding solid in the low end, and then I have a top layer bass that usually gets cut off around 140, 150 Hertz, which is just for the sort of higher frequencies. So if you have that like sort of drone type of bass, or if you want to have it a bit more stereo with that type of stuff. So yeah, check that. I think that's what's happening with this track and why it sounds a bit off, in my opinion. Yeah, it feels like the top melody is a bit off rhythm, so there might be a delay somewhere in your synth that's causing that. And I think if you either do the notes a little bit earlier, or you do sort of input lag compensation, there's an option in Ableton. You can drag it a little bit and play around with that and see if the timing of the notes gets fixed that way. Because sometimes you have sounds that take, because of their attack time, they take a little bit longer to sort of hit, right? And you need to compensate that with the the delay compensation. So I check the timing of your lead sound because it feels a bit off right now. So yeah, but otherwise, you know, it's a pretty nice sounding track. Just needs a little bit of work. The rest is more sort of opinion based, I think. But you're definitely in the right direction. So nice tune. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, so next one would be Exit, and then we have D key. Chill. Is he here though? That is the question. Axe Music, are you in the chat? Otherwise, we're gonna have to skip your track, yeah. You have 10 seconds to respond. Ooh, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Too bad. Next one. That was Rainer. I'll leave it in here, in case he comes back. Maybe I should start singing. Focus is you, love, yeah. Maybe I should start singing too, love. I could probably do these vocals. Sounds very heavily manipulated. All right, I see how it is. Deep house, like one word. Sweet. Yeah, so far, my first impression is it sounds a bit like someone who doesn't have a lot of experience. And that's fine, but that's just how it sounds, sort of. Like there's so many things to improve on. But I do think the concept of the track is, it has like nice elements already. Yeah, I mean, like I can go into the details, but it's just an experience type of thing. I mean, so one thing, for example, with that bass line sounds kind of boring because it doesn't. I mean, it's a nice sound, right? It's a sound you hear. It's very familiar. You hear it with a lot of tracks, but with the difference between the sort of, I'm going to call it amateur versus the professionals, the difference in the tracks that you hear being released, like the really good ones, is they have some sort of automation on their bass lines or some sort of like glides or effects or something extra to make it interesting. And this one is just like, it sounds dime a dozen. And I'm being very harsh right now, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing much I can say about it. If you just There should be something like a counter melody or something extra going on. Now it's just a couple of sustained notes and it gets boring quite fast. So it needs to have this like little edge, and it's hard to explain what it is. It usually comes with experience and it comes over time, and like analyzing other people's tracks and like experimenting on making it more interesting, because the melodic elements are there. So, you know, it makes sense. Melodically, it makes sense. It sounds nice. It also sounds fairly nicely produced, I have to say. But yeah, it's just missing these elements, these sparks. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just needs to make it more interesting, basically. A lot of ear candy, little riffs, bells and whistles. Choo, 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 choo. Stuff like that, you know, to make people not fall asleep when they're listening to this in a club. It needs to have something interesting, like, you know, pan left and right, and something like, oh, what's happening, where are we going, you know? And yeah, so it's like the final 10% that's missing here. And I think, listening to how it is right now, that this producer has the potential, but it just takes a bit of time. It just needs more experience, I think. So just keep going, keep producing, go back into the project, find like interesting things to add or to change or to make more interesting. And in most cases, it's also a matter of just producing a lot, and then once you come back to old projects, you can hear instantly what needs to be done to make it sound better. Mix wise, sounds pretty good, so there's nothing much to add there. I think it's more, and I'm being critical because I can hear potential here, and he just needs to work on it a bit more. But yeah, that's my feedback. Dave, I think Dave was last week as well. Yeah, we can go into that. Was it? Yeah. Okay, so is X Music here? Yes or no? Because if he's not, then I'm just gonna pass it off, because yeah, we don't have time for like people not actually joining the stream. Is that your cat, Dave? Not suitable for work. Showing pussies online. I like that guitar. I think it needs more reverb though, like a nice chorus, some delay effects, some reverb. Go all out with that stuff. Mix sounds pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm probably gonna do this more often with headphones, because this way at least I know how it needs to sound, and these headphones are pretty good. I like them. If you guys want, I can actually give you my opinion on headphones, because I bought a whole bunch lately. I bought like 4 headphones in 2 months' time, and I tested out a lot of them too. Guitar sick. Whoa. Sorry. Yeah, guitar is good. I have this like feeling like seeing this Spanish dude on some cliff on Ibiza playing like the guitar, just going crazy with it. Ooh, yeah, Thomas. I would probably switch that out for something else. Yeah. I gotta be honest, guys. Just listening to this track, I wasn't even sort of analyzing it. I was just enjoying it. So I think that's a really good sign. If you can distract me from shitting on your track, then you're doing a good job. Yeah, I like this, especially the guitar. I mean, I did the same thing with Trails. As you guys can hear, I played. No, I didn't play it myself, but I played it in Contact on the piano. So it's a Contact guitar. But yeah, I like that. I do think the processing needs a bit more, and yeah, so you can really like make it the centerpiece of your production. Let me just go into some technical stuff now. I don't even know which one I used. I don't really think about it. Just grab it, the first thing I see. Let me try and load up Ableton and see. I can actually load up Trails. I can go into that. Anyway, yeah, the track. Something else. Yeah, I would also like maybe that bass line and that pluck. If you can do some, like slightly, some extra processing on it. What I tend to do, and that already helps a lot, is putting some tape saturation on it. So yeah, like Damage Splash, either the RC20, that's fine. But I use Kramer tape a lot, and that's actually a really nice plugin. It's a wave plugin though, so unless you hate waves. Hold on. I'm just gonna open the Trails project and see. Ooh. Open live set. Let me see where it is. Yeah. Tokens. Trails. I've renamed it, so it's hard to find now. Trails. There we go. Because it was called completely different when I started this one. But yeah, with this track, I think Kramer tape works wonders, because it just like makes it a little bit wobbly, slightly a little bit different. That ARP, some chorus on it would be nice as well, just to spice it up a little, you know, make it a bit more special. That ARP, because it's a bit static right now. And same goes for the bass line. Other than that, mixdown is pretty solid. That's pretty good. And yeah, the guitar, man, it's amazing. I really like it. So I think it's right now it's just a matter of diving into the details, honestly. So other than that, yeah, I think it's a good track, solid track. Let me see if the project is loaded. Oof, it's taking a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. No Ableton today. It's probably gonna blow up my computer. I'll go into the project another time, and I can look it up later. Let you guys know. I wanted to do like a project, like a track breakdown anyway, and I can show you guys. Yeah, with Contact, what I would do, I would probably wait for summer. They always have a summer sale. And last year, because they introduced the latest Complete 14, I think, so they didn't do a sale last year. But there's almost guaranteed going to be a sale, and it usually starts in June. So I would wait if you're planning on getting the Contact 14, the library. I would probably wait until summer. I'm going to upgrade mine in summer as well. So I have Contact 12, I believe. And I'm probably gonna get like 14 Ultimate through the upgrade. But yeah, it's usually just 50% off. I think I saw another question. Oh, now I'm scared. Let's see. Yeah, so Thomas, I want to get back on that that Steel series. I'm not bashing you or anything, but what tends to happen with let me just play this. What tends to happen with gaming headset, because I assume Steel series is a gaming headset. I remember that brand. They sound nice, but what they tend to do is some of them, they're like very biased towards certain things. So you have like sound profiles where, for example, footsteps are more, how do you say, accentuated or stuff like that. Yeah, what else? Yeah, like I would just go for like proper studio headphones, and there's also cheaper options. You don't have to get the most expensive ones. So my findings, yeah, let me just go, and I don't get paid for any of this, right? So let me actually let me just play Trails, because it has the guitar there. I don't get paid or sponsored by any headphone company or anything, so I have like all kinds. I have the Sennheiser HD 650. I've had those for over 10 years probably, or maybe 10 years now. Those have been one of my favorites by far for a long time, and they're really good for mids and vocals, and like really diving like in the diving into the details of just vocal work, etc. But the low end isn't that great, because it's not, I mean, it's fine, right? If you solo the low end, you can really hear it, because they have a very high frequency range. But problem is, it doesn't have that punch, so it's hard to decide with like just mixing on only the HD 650. For me is a bit I don't know, for dance music I wouldn't recommend it. So that got me thinking, okay, I want something else, something new, something fresh, just in general, right? That's got me looking at the biodynamics. So I have, right now I'm wearing the biodynamic DT900 Pro X, which is one of their latest models. I think it came out 2 years ago. It's a sort of the newer version of the 990 Pro that some of you have mentioned in the chat. But the 990 is already pretty old, and it requires more ohms. So they're higher ohms, so you really need like an amplifier to listen on them. Usually these ones have a very low ohm level, so you can actually use them with your phone quite easily. And they're quite nice. I paid 230 euros for them, I think. They're pretty comfortable. I would say the Sennheiser HD650 is a bit more comfortable for longer sessions, but the headband on the Sennheisers it is like not that great. So the ears on the Sennheisers is better, I would say, because these are, yeah, they're like, you know, pretty much on there, but the headband is a bit more comfortable, and the sound is pretty good. So low end is pretty good on these. These are like really nice overall studio headphones. Then I also recently got a new pair of DJ headphones. I got the III. I think I have them here somewhere. Yeah, so there are these headphones. I bought these a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I think. And I gotta say, at first when I heard them, when I was listening to them, because I sort of blindly bought them. I've been looking at these headphones for such a long time, for years. And then I was at Digital a couple weeks ago, like a festival in the Netherlands here, like really big. And my favorite artist of all time was wearing them, Bonobo. So and I thought, well, they look pretty cool, and I saw like more and more people using them. So it's like, you know what, I already have the Sennheisers, the 25s. I've been using those for 10 years plus, and I was really looking for a new pair of headphones to DJ with, because I was kind of getting sick and tired of them, and plus everyone uses them, so I wanted something else. And these IIIs, I got them in the mail, and I started listening to them. I'm like, they sound terrible, because it's the DJ preset, and they're like, wow, they really are like very muffled, no clarity. It just sounds weird. But then I used them at the Melodic event for the first time, and then I finally understood why these artists are using it, because the low end is so crispy and like so punchy. It beats the HD25 hands down on DJing, just pure DJing. If you're in like a very loud environment, just DJing, then these things, they punch through like crazy. Plus the beat matching is a lot easier on these headphones, I feel like, and it just gives you a more like a richer, fuller sound in the low end when you're listening at very high volumes. And there's also plus side, because if you're listening on very high volumes, the frequencies that are hurting your ears, are actually damaging your ears, they tend to be like like around the 5 to 10K, like the higher frequencies. And because they're a bit muffled on these headphones, they're not as loud. So you just get very loud bass, low end, and very punchy. So now I sort of understand how it works, and it sounds really good. And then the final headphones I got recommended to me by a friend. And these one I can honestly recommend anyone to get. I'm just gonna get them in a second. Just go into the chat. Close back, traveling. Yeah, open back, like Nas said, Robert. Open back is only for studio. It sucks if you use it publicly, because you hear everything. It doesn't. Yeah, there's like no point. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the Sonar works. Yeah, it's also a thing with SonarWorks. I hear more people say these things about SonarWorks, but I've tried it and I have the calibration microphone, but my only criticism on SonarWorks is it makes everything sound too perfect. And I prefer listening on multiple devices when I need to mix something, or I like just working with the sound profile that certain headphones have, or that your speakers have, because that's the sound that you get used to after a certain point. If I listen to most of my music on these headphones, or I like a lot of reference tracks, then I know how these headphones sound, what they sound like. If I then alter that with SonarWorks, it's gonna sound super weird. And the problem is, once you use SonarWorks on a certain type of headphone, you're gonna have to use it all the time. So in that case, I cannot listen to anything on my phone anymore because I don't have SonarWorks on it. And then if I listen to music with these headphones on my phone, and then eventually I start listening again on my laptop, and then SonarWorks applies an EQ profile to it, it's going to completely change it. So that kind of messes it up for me. So in that case, I tried SonarWorks, but I deleted it because I felt like it's not really helping me. I mean, it's good to understand the sound profile that your headphones have or your speakers. I definitely recommend checking it out either online or measuring it in your studio, so you see where the spikes and the dips are. But yeah, like producing with SonarWorks, it makes everything sound too perfect. So it's kind of, I mean, it's not my favorite. I tried it, and then eventually I just got rid of it because then I had to use it all the time on everything, and it sounded weird to me. But yeah, the headphones I got, these are like Sony's. I think some of you mentioned it. I'm not sure if it's the MDR, but let me grab them. Hold on. Yeah, it probably is. So I'm not sure if you guys if this is the one that you guys mentioned. Oh, it's the MDR 75.6. Oh, there you go. These ones. I mean, they look terrible and old school, but they're amazing. I really like these. Yeah, those are the ones. So I would recommend, if you have 100 euros to spend, and that's like your budget, just get these. In some cases, it even beats these. Yeah, you say it looks uncomfortable. I had the exact same opinion the first time I saw them. I saw my friend, so like a really good friend of mine is Funkerman. I actually made a track with him, which came out a while ago. It was on an alias, so we didn't use my name on it. But he was using that. He had these in the studio, and I'm like, does he just have these because he's a old school dude, and he just, you know, because why would you have these ugly headphones? I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but they kind of are. And then he told me, like, yeah, they sound amazing, and he tends to produce everything on these headphones now. Like, how can they be so great? And I looked at the price tag. I'm like, 100 euros. I'm sure they're not that great. You know, they look very uncomfortable. They look like plasticky, but actually they're quite comfy. And these are the ones I always bring with me nowadays. I used to put in different headphones, but these are the ones I just put in my bag. And because they're only 100 euros, I don't even care if it gets broken or anything, you know, because they're quite cheap. These ones are more expensive. I'm more protective of these, and they're heavier, and these are super lightweight, and you can just fold them. Yeah, I mean, with these, yeah, can't go wrong. So if you don't have headphones, or you're looking to buy new ones, I would probably just buy these, the Sonys. They probably last forever, and if they don't, they're quite cheap. So I actually I actually gifted one of these to Greg, the SEKORA A&R, because he was producing on Sennheisers on the HD25 on DJ headphones, and he's listening to loads and loads of demos on DJ headphones. I'm like, bro, you seriously don't have anything else? And then I just sent him a pair of these Sonys. I'm like, just start using these. So I kept it a surprise. He hadn't heard of him, and he tried them out. He was blown away instantly. So I'm like, yeah, keep using these. They're much better. But yeah, so with the expensive, well, Greg uses them since last Friday. So that's when he got them in the mail, and he had a weekend off because his girlfriend had like a thing in the evening or something. So that he's been producing with them this weekend. But yeah, he likes them a lot. So that's good news. If anyone from Sony is watching and they want to sponsor some headphones, go ahead. You got my email. But I don't think they do that. Yeah, and also with these biodynamics, that's the weirdest thing, right? I compare them. They have their flagship model, the 1990. These are like almost 500 euros headphones. And I saw some, for example, Ben Burmer uses them. You can see it in the circular live set that he uses, or that he has, and that he uses them there. And I thought, this is a flagship model, so they must most likely be their best headphones. And I listened to them in the store, and I really didn't like them at all. They have this weird peak around 10,000, and I was just listening to tracks that normally sound pretty well balanced, and all of a sudden they had like super high, like hi-hats, like this hissing sound, like tss, tss. It was like super loud. So after just 2 songs I already got like tired of them. Like, wow, these headphones not great. And I'm not sure why they did it, because these, for example, don't have that. So I compared the two, and listening to the same tracks with these versus the 1990, and I'm like, the 900 Pro X sounds a lot better to me. But yeah, I guess to each your own. It did save me half the price. I was actually ready. I wanted to get the 1990 because they look amazing, but sound wise, I like the 900 Pros better. So yeah, if you're looking for biodynamics, I can recommend the 900 Pro X. Am I going to how many times have you asked? Of course I'm gonna go into the demos. Don't worry, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take a CC. I don't even know which one is yours. Your name's not even in there. So I would recommend, guys, if you if you post tracks, to at least like have a matching name on the servers on YouTube, because I have no idea who you are. Where is it? Blizzard balls. Yeah, Blizzard balls. Yeah, that's pretty logical. Oh, there you go, Mindfella. Okay, yeah. You should put it behind Mr. Blizzard balls. You should put Mindfella behind it. Yeah, I'll get to it, man. Don't worry. I think we had Dave. So X, yeah, he hasn't shown up, so that's too bad. Let me check. Who have we had? Those. Okay. I think that would come to minor then, right? Oh no, we already had that one as well. Okay, then I think we got the ones from last week. Because Xphil, you posted again. So mindset we've had. Now we're going to this one. Yeah, there we go. Placeholder vocals. All right. Let me just. Oh, funny thing, Dumitrescu. When I was recording SEKORA radio, I said the entire time I said Dimitrescu. I'm like, and then I heard back, I'm like, oh man, I butchered his name like again. So I had to re-record the section where I was announcing Dumitrescu. Like I had to re-record it like 3 times because I just kept messing up the name. All right. Anyway, let's go into Exfil.
Taking us away to a paradise. Giving me all these signs. Disappear. But tonight, 'cause my heart is overtaken. Feelings at the wheel are never breaking. We don't even know the destination. Oh, I can't stop. Oh, I can't stop. 'Cause my
All right. Yeah, I like it, but it's clearly not finished. So I do recommend to completely finish your tracks before sending it in. But yeah, so I can only judge it for what it is. In this case, I mean, you mentioned like placeholder vocals, but this entire section is all vocals. So anything underneath isn't very special. So the vocal really pulls a track here. So if you're gonna replace it with something else, you better have a solid vocal on it. Otherwise, it would need like a melody or something to keep the track going. And then yeah, I kind of like it, but I feel like maybe this melody, because it felt a little bit out of nowhere to me. And that means that right here it could be introduced a bit more. So whether you make it a bit louder or I don't know, try something else on that. Actually, let me try and ooh. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it came a little bit out of nowhere. So that means it needs to be introduced a bit more. How you do that, that's up to you. But I do like the drop. It's pretty catchy. It's a sort of future house-ish type of drop. Like very plucky sounds. Yeah, from what I hear, it sounds pretty solid. I mean, I don't have anything to say about the kick or the drums. It's a like future housey type of vibe. It's yeah. I mean, I used to do that a long time ago, but it's hard for me to judge this, especially because it's not finished. So it's a good vibe. It just needs more work and needs to be finished. And yeah, I would improve like the build up a little bit more, get some of the elements here and like make it more of a thing that works together a bit more. So it sounds like an actual song together. yeah, other than that, I think just more work. Finish it. Nice tune though. Has a lot of potential, so I would recommend actually finishing this one. All right, melodic Afro house. Sunday. By our main man, Nick Swarp. Question: is there any chance signed to SEKORA with deep and chill house like Piecewise? We already have. There's actually a lot of tracks already on SEKORA that are similar to that. I mean, even my own tracks. And we have a new one coming this week by Arshant. It's also very chill. So, yeah. Definitely. I might actually make a track with Piecewise soon, since he lives down the street now. I'm really liking this. This is really nice. Oh no! The light's gone dark. The African figures are coming to life. I got some more on the walls here. There you go. Do you see him? Got him in the back. Africa all around here, baby. I need to check the lights though. How am I going to do this? That's what I mean. Like everything is not going according to plan today, but I really like this track. I gotta be honest, man. This is by far the best track that I've heard from you, that you've sent me. So I probably need to. I'm probably gonna have to need a couple good listens. Also really liking that piano. It's really good. I'm gonna play it again because I really like it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try and fix my lighting here, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts. go. That's what I was looking for, my djembe. Need some drums on this. Probably completely out of sync. It doesn't matter. Still haven't fixed the lights though. Just vibing to the track, man. Bingo bango, you got some dude on a bongo. Our hero Bonobo. I'll actually oh, that's we can do that. Yeah. I have here something very magical. It is exclusive, super secret content, and I'm gonna premiere it here. Our Lord and Savior, Mr. Monkey, Mr. Bonobo. Yeah. Just put it in there. Just to be clear, I really enjoy Bonobo's music, but I'm not a crazy fanboy. I'm just joking around. First, I'm gonna give some thoughts on Mixwarp's track here. Like I said, I think honestly, Anton, this is by far the best track you have sent me, and I know you have worked very hard the last year, 2 years, I don't know, ever since you joined the community, ever since I've known you. One of the most dedicated dudes in the scene here, I think, on our community. That's why I also really enjoyed it that you did the vocals on Leo's track. Yeah, you know, you're a very passionate guy, and I'm very happy to receive this, because this is something that really resonates with me, and that's what I've sort of been looking for. And I think you might agree when I say this, is that you've been sort of looking for, you know, finding your own sound, and in the process you were tended to copy other people's music because you're learning, like we've all done. And it's funny that in the case you just made something that you wanted to make, that's what I feel like, and you made it under a alias sort of, and then all of a sudden you come with this fucking banger, you know. So I personally like it. I think the chords on the piano are beautiful, the drums are well produced. Everything I've told you in the past, you've taken with you, where, you know, making your drums more interesting, the way that you have mixed it down sounds good. When I hear this on headphones, it sounds great. I mean, it's pretty much already there, you know, mixing wise, and it has this unique element, even if it's probably a sampled vocal or something, but you know, you put one and two together and you got this great track. So yeah, I really like it, and I would love to see if there's like a possibility to take this to the next level. Yeah, and if you want, it might be something for the label. it's not a guarantee, of course. I'd have to really like listen to this off stream, but I think it's already like 95% there. So there might be some things I want to tweak here and there, but to be honest, this is exactly the type of music that I have been making as well behind the scenes. Yeah, I mean, you've been there in the Discord when I shared some of it with you. But yeah, like this melodic Afro house type of stuff. I think that's what suits SEKORA really well, and that we don't have enough of yet. So that's something that I want to invest in more. And that's the sound I'm really looking for SEKORA. And I think we've had a conversation about this a while ago. I think when I was in Amsterdam a couple months ago. About me not wanting to, tell you what to make, right? That there are certain types of music I'm looking for SEKORA. But yeah, I'm not gonna say what that is. I might hint at it, but I'm not gonna say what that is because I don't want all you guys to start like overly producing the type of music I want to hear. You know what I mean? So, but I think, yeah, this one nails exactly that vibe. So I really like it. And I'm gonna be honest, I really don't have any time for production stuff this week. But I think do your final things on what you want to change or what you want to add, or like polish it up as much as you can, and then send it over to us, and then we can probably get Matt or Evan, Greg, and of course myself. You can add me in CC as well, and then we're gonna work on this track and hopefully get it ready for a release. That would be the ultimate goal, I think. Yeah, and I'm not saying this because I really like you. I'm always I'm very brutally honest. I actually really like this track. So the first time I heard it, I was like, damn, you nailed it. So nice job, dude. Looking forward to that track. That being said, let's get some water and then get some more talking. Yeah, like the only thing I would probably add is maybe some more air candy here and there, and some tension building in that breakdown. Make that stuff memorable, But these are minor details, and yeah, that's hard for me to like go into details on a live stream. I can only point out the obvious stuff right now, and there isn't really anything obvious that needs fixing. So. All right. Yeah, let me go and grab my SD card. Let's see where I go. This is, where are we? No. Oh, that's departure. Okay, that's this is the last one. Okay. Now I know where we're at. Yeah, really nice track. So let me do a little bit of a backstory here. I was at a festival, like I think it was 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. Digital Festival, which is one of the largest festivals in the Netherlands. I really like this. It's I always go here every year, and my friend he works in the organization. So shout out to my buddy hooking me up with some backstage tickets. But yeah, this is always a lot of fun. So if you're ever in the Netherlands during this time, it's always with Easter weekend. Yeah, it's amazing. Really good vibe, good music, lovely people. But yeah, so because my friend Departure was playing that night, I brought my camera with me, my good camera that I'm using right now as well. And I saw Bonobo was playing. So as you guys probably know, Bonobo is one of my favorite artists. Just the way that this guy produces his music, the way he carries himself as an artist, but also his live shows are just the most insane I've ever seen. I've been to some of his shows. It started 10 years ago with the North Borders tour that I saw in Los Angeles. That just blew my mind. He does this thing. There's also on Boiler Room, you can see like a live set on how he does that. So he has like DJ sets and live sets. And the live thing is he takes like an orchestra or like half an orchestra, and he plays the bass lines, the bass himself, and they have a drummer, and they have like violins, they have all sorts of things. It's just an amazing experience to be there, which I can definitely recommend anyone to. If you ever see him perform somewhere and doing the live thing, 100% check it out. It's well worth your time and money. Even if you don't like his music, it's just the experience is amazing. But anyway, he was doing DJ sets during Digital Bonobo, and they recorded one of the sets, which is this one. And this was during the Digital weekend. Well, I'm not gonna play it too long because otherwise I might get striked or something. But anyway, yeah, I was there as well. Well, I mean, like not in this video though, because I was way like back in the crowd. But yeah, it was really cool. And he did 2 sets that day, and I unfortunately couldn't catch most of this set because we were doing a sustainability tour. On how they I got like a tour backstage to see how they set up the event and what they're doing to make the event more sustainable. And yeah, we're taking like a lot of inspiration from Digital, also with the SEKORA events that we're doing this year, and how we can improve there. So as you guys might know, I've partnered up with Trees for All this year to the mullet. I've partnered up with Trees for All this year to do some CO2 compensation, but mostly because of the reforestation. And yeah, so like Digital is definitely the number one when it comes to like sustainability in the dance scene, I think, with their events and how they make everything sort of circular. So this is Trees for All organization that I'm part of, and together with them, like, we do our best to, like, I try to do like fundraisers. I donated money. We donate every SEKORA release. Every time a track on SEKORA performs well, we donate more money. So they can plant more trees. And if you want, you can donate on the website. They also have the website in English. I did a let me see where it is. That's weird. Oh, maybe it's only the Dutch version. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I did an interview with them as well a little while ago. And yeah, unfortunately it's only Dutch, but you might be able to translate it. And here I also mention like Digital on how they sort of inspire us or inspire me to go more green with SEKORA and really take that into our core, how do you say, core beliefs with SEKORA, you know, like doing something to make partying and the whole dance industry a bit more sustainable, and just to get people thinking about that, you know, about your impact that you have. So I also tend to now I'm looking more towards how I can compensate for my flights that I'm doing this year. And it's also like a nice way what they do with digital. They take a percentage of the DJ booking fees and they use it to compensate for their travels. So there's like these calculators where you can travel the CO2 emissions of your flights and travels, and then you can sort of compensate that by planting trees. And I think it's a nice gesture on how digital does it. So these artists that are getting paid a ton of money anyway, they only pay a very small percentage to compensate for their travel, and I think it's a really good thing. So anyway, that leads me to Bonobo. He was playing 2 sets, and the second set I was like, I need to be there. So I told my friends, like, you know, don't bother me, I'm gonna go there. If you want to join, sure, whatever. I was at Digital with a bunch of friends, and I went to the stage, and you know, I had my camera with me, and I noticed no one was filming. I'm like, guys, why is no one filming this set? I mean, there's like, what, 8,000 people in front of this dude. Why is no one filming this? So I only saw people with their iPhones, right? And I felt like this could be really good content, and I wanted to, you know, film something for myself as a memory. And then I got in touch with his manager, and I told him, like, do you want me to keep filming, because, like, you know, I have a better camera than you guys with your iPhones. And he's like, yeah, mate, go on. And and then I just emailed everything towards the end. And the funny thing was, at some point they cleared the entire stage, and when they cleared the entire stage, I was still filming, because I was filming I was the only person actually shooting content for him. And I just looked around, I was like, where did everyone go? So the entire stage was cleared, and I was just standing there with Bonobo on the stage, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. He hasn't actually used, I think he used one picture or something that I took, but hasn't really posted anything. Maybe they use it later, because I know he played some IDs as well, and I saw him like looking around, like, is anyone recording this? So, and there were tracks I hadn't heard before, but it sounded like he produced them. So let me just go and grab them, and I'll just show you some short highlights, like fun videos. This is of course all raw footage, so nothing is edited or anything. This is how I recorded it. What else we got? probably gonna get a lot of claims for these. I just wanted to share it with you guys. There's a couple more. What else we got? This was the last one. All right, that was it. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. This was completely raw footage. I wanted to share it with you guys. Just as a disclaimer, this is completely raw footage. So this is how I shoot my video when I used to do this as well for. I've done it for Nora and Pure. I've done it for like Ilke Klein. All these large. I've even done it. I think Oliver Heldens, like Afrojack, back in the EDM days. Because I used to go to festivals for photography. I did it as a hobby, and it was through this website that eventually turned out to be great friends as well. I still know them. Some of them actually went professional, like professional videographers doing like big productions and such. Others are photographers or producers even. But yeah, this was good time, and it was just the right timing, man. And I never met him before, and they always have this saying like, "Don't meet your heroes," you know. Like if you like someone's music, it tends to be better just to keep it at that. Just appreciate their music and all. But yeah, in the end, of course. Because I was chatting to the manager, and then started chatting with him as well, and he thanked me for filming, and he was actually like a really legit, really nice dude. You could just instantly tell. Very, very humble, very like appreciative of filming for him, because I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have my camera, And it was more of in the moment type of thing, because normally they have professional videographers with them, or the festival has them or whatnot. And I figured, you know what, I have my camera, and then I'll just grab some footage. And then later that night, I filmed for my friend Departure. He was opening for Marsh that night, but the venue, it wasn't that great, so I don't have like great videos. It doesn't look that amazing. But yeah, usually with all this raw footage, you tend to cut it, do some edits, make it look a bit nicer, and especially for socials, this is great because you can definitely you can see a big difference between iPhone and this camera. Anyways, let's see. Robert is next. How much do we have? Robert Dummy Splash. Man. Okay, I'm gonna have to rush it a little bit. I might have missed someone. I'm not sure. Because I do want to call it quits in like 15 minutes or so. At least the camera didn't turn off, so that's a good sign. But the lights are gonna go off quite soon, I think. Oops, my bad. Yeah, Mindset. Actually, I know that track. I know which one you're talking about. I have it on my computer. I played it once. The ones with George Fitzgerald. It's this one, right? Outgrown. I think that's the one you meant. Alright, see you later, Dummy Splash. Yeah, I'll get to yours, don't worry. I like these vocals, they were nice. Nicely produced as well. Good stuff, guys. I like it. Bassline, nicely produced. It's also with you guys, like really seeing that that progression, you know, that yeah, the improved tracks, improved quality. I like it. Good job. It's a solid track. It's not completely my vibe, but that's opinion. But everything, like, it's well produced. I haven't really heard anything that I would change. The bass line is really nice, the way it sort of moves around. Also that ARP, very mellow. And I like what tends to happen with these type of tracks, that sometimes these ARPs and melodies they have too much high end. And this is like nice and mellow, more in the mids. Everything is placed well. Yeah, solid production. Good job, guys. Here, I think this has more potential to make it a bit more unique. Yeah, I think where you can make a difference would probably be in the breakdown. That's something where, you know, it's like nice that it goes a bit mellow, but you know how I am, right? I'm always going to say this. I like it when there's a breakdown, and even if it's just some little sound that, you know, us producers can nerd out about, like how did he make it? How did he make that sound? And then, you know, Jules is going to make a video about it. how blah 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 made this one sound in the breakdown, and it goes and he just figures it out in like 5 minutes. But you know, the rest of us is like, how did they do it? How did I do it? That's something that I want to hear in breakdowns, because that's where you can like play around, you know. That's where you can make it unique. So bells and whistles, some bleeps and bloops, whatever you want. That's where you put it right there. I think that's the only thing I'd have to say about this track. And build a bit more tension as well in your build up. Yeah, everything else is nice. Solid track. Good job, guys. And yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to rush it a little bit. Saving this one for later. Dummy Splash. Show me remix. Show me the remix. Yeah, where you could send it, I think work on a little bit more, and when you've completely finalized it, send it in as a demo. Then I can judge it as a demo. And I think another good place would be Songspire would be, I think Songspire, or what's the sub label? He's releasing quite a lot lately as well. I think that's you know, if it's a bit more trancey type of sound, Somersville. So those are both owned by my friend Ono, and he's a really good dude. So I think, you know, if it doesn't fit SEKORA, if it's a bit more on the like trancey vibe, or a bit, yeah, just doesn't fit, then I think Somersville or Songspire are good options. Good to hear. Yeah, send it as a demo first, and I'll be completely honest if I don't feel it enough for SEKORA, because I do like the track. I just think it needs to like spice it up a little bit, right? And I also talk to the team and see what they say, because we have 4 people now, so it's not only my opinion that matters, right? And then yeah, go from there. Otherwise, I think Somersville would also be a really good candidate for this. All right, looking forward. Well, you can always try. Yeah, I can't really judge this, to be honest, because it's not my style. I like some elements, but it's not my favorite, and it feels like it's a bit on the slow side. But yeah, I mean, the productions are always good. It's always it sounds good, like nicely mixed and everything. It's a nice tune. But is this a official remix, or I don't know. Anyway, it's hard for me to judge this. I mean, there's nothing I can hear where I'm like, this needs to change or this needs to improve this and there. It's a solid track, and you know, the rest is just opinion, I guess. Then we have, yeah, 3 more. All right, I'm just gonna go into the next one. Yeah, I have to rush this a little bit. So what we have here, Papalale. That's who's that? Is he in the chat? I think he is, right? Oh, Pinkwitch's here too. How's it going, man? Yeah, I'm gonna skip this a little bit.
Ready for ignition.
We're going to space, baby. Yeah, just right out the bat.
Ready for it.
This already feels it feels like 2 tracks. So you might want to look at that, like, so it fits more together. Use either elements from here in here, or elements from here in here. Ready for ignition. We're going to space, everybody. We're gonna get effed up in this place, everybody. Load up your rocket fuels. We're going into the stratosphere. Just gonna skip a little bit. I'd probably pick another, pick a different kick, to be honest. But yeah, that's I would say. Oh yeah, man, you need like a 90s rave horn. Oh man. I think, you know, the underlying kick and bass, I would change the kick, honestly, but the underlying kick and bass, there it does have some drive to it, so that's quite nice. I think the melodic elements, they're too repetitive, so you need something else. They don't feel like they're really working together melodically. So yeah, get something with like that works together a bit more. And like Loop said, Lars said, some hi-hats. I mean, if you put in some hi-hats, you're already close to like 90s rave techno. Sounds very similar. Yeah, and arrange it, man. Just copy some arrangement of someone else, and go with that. Because right now there's like this section, there's no arrangement at all. So yeah, has some definitely has some cool elements. Definitely needs hi-hats, and maybe a rave horn. That'd be sick too. Who knows? Could work. But yeah. Anyway, the levels, like mixdown levels, they're pretty alright. So nice job on that. Just needs a bit more work. I would work on the melodic side of it. Check your low end. Maybe try another kick. That could work better. All right, Blizzard Balls. Let's go. Can you imagine having a rave horn in this one? Almost there. It's just Blizzard process. At least you got the most memorable name though. That is still PG-13. I'd look at the kick. The kick, it sounds like it has a lot of low end. Like it's very, it's dragging out. Like it has a long tail on the kick. Yeah, let me just play it out a bit. Melodies are, the sounds are nice. I feel like the melody gets a bit repetitive, so it might need some touch up. So, well, I'm actually maybe gonna implement some sort of rule with these streams that if you post your track in a live chat or in a live stream, you're gonna have to have a matching name on YouTube, like your artist name, because I always get confused by who is who. I mean, it's very easy to adjust your nickname on the server. I think Mixdown, the vocal needs some work. No, I know, but you can switch your name on Discord to at least add Mindfellow on at the back of it, something like that. Yeah, the vocal I think needs a bit more work. So processing wise, I think there's a lot of interesting elements here, but yeah, the track just needs more work, I think. Mix wise, I would look at the kick as well. Bassline is alright, but it might need some extra side chaining. Yeah, and yeah, just make some little tweaks on your melodies so they sound a bit more interesting, and they sound that they're working together to get some sort of call and answer, you know, type of thing going on with your track. Other than that, yeah, this, you know, the vibe is good. I like it. It's a bit more mellow. So yeah, if you work on it, I think it could be a nice track. All right, then Lore, our prodigy child, has arrived. Let's see what he has for us. I'd probably turn downloads off on this one. Before they all download your track. I like this. Yeah, I'm also gonna end the live stream with this one because we've been going for 2 hours now, almost 2 hours. Yeah, I really like this. I like this vibe. And the thing is, it's kind of a shame because, you know, breakbeat it just isn't my vibe, to be honest. And you know, we've released some breakbeat tracks. It's mostly because, you know, Blank Page is with us, and you know, he's shown me a whole new light of this type of sound. But I always go to Greg for advice when it comes to breakbeat type of tracks, because it's just really not something that I resonate with much. But yeah, that doesn't mean that there isn't like great music out there. So that usually tends to go through Greg. But I do like this sound. And I find it very interesting how you make melodic house and breaks work really well, and you produce both of them really well. But you still have your own thing, sort of. Although I do have to say, just being honest, I think the melodic house tracks are better than the ones that you make. My preference, though. This is really nice, though. So I don't know if you're actually already if you're already looking for like where to release this, because I actually like it, and I don't say that very often when it comes to breakbeat. Yeah, this is a really good vibe. It's a type of track, you know, that it's a type of track that you just you know, close your eyes and listen to it. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I figured I'd just send it to Anjuna. Yeah, I mean, you know, if they don't respond in time, whatever, send it to Greg, and we can discuss it. I mean, I like it a lot, so we'll see. Just the only thing is, do not use us as a crutch to get it on Arjuna. That's the only thing. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Don't show them this stream as like a leverage thing, you know. I know I'm good with the guys, but yeah, we're still trying to sign the best music, and we still want to have the first option, you know. Yeah, and for all the other artists, I'm just gonna play this out, and then we're gonna cut off the stream. For all the other artists, wow, poof, getting late. That haven't like heard anything about demos, so I'm still catching up with demos. We've had a lot of demos actually, and I'm very happy for that. So that's also thanks to our new A&Rs, Matt and Evan. Evan, you might know as Modera, is also in the chat with us sometimes. And Matt is Matt Leger. He has a really nice EP coming out soon. And he's also playing, he's coming to the Netherlands. He's playing at the festival on the 15th of July at Festival de Achtertuin. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that festival. I also have 2 other parties most likely coming up. We still need to confirm them. It's going to be on the 25th of June and the 13th of August. We're going to be doing a boat party. So 2 SEKORA boat parties are coming in Amsterdam. There's a capacity of 130 people, so it's going to be quite exclusive, but it's going to be really nice, really sick. We have a good setup. Everything is going to be filmed, so we're going to use it to to record and also play it on my YouTube channel. And yeah, so it's coming on my YouTube channel, and it's probably also going to be used for SEKORA Radio. Not sure how we would do that, but most likely. Yeah, the boat parties that are coming up are really nice. So more info on that soon. And then final thing, so I just moved to Breda. I'm originally from Rotterdam, so I'm not sure how well you guys know Amsterdam or the Netherlands, but you basically have in the Netherlands, you have a bit more north, you have Amsterdam, which is the capital. You go down south a little bit, it's like halfway in the country, is the biggest harbor of Europe, which is Rotterdam, my hometown. And then if you go a little bit lower, more in the south of the Netherlands, you have Brabant, and there's a city called Breda. That's where I live now. That's also the city where Chesto and Hardwell are from. So they're quite well known. There's a lot of DJs actually here. And it's a very lively scene for what tends to be a smaller city. But when it comes to events and stuff going on, it actually has more things going on than Rotterdam does. And also with dance music, there's a lot of dance music around here. So yeah, it's for me, it's really nice. I live right next to the forest right now. I can hear the birds chirping every day outside from my balcony. It's an amazing place to live. And also funny thing, maybe you guys know Peacewise. He's a friend of mine, good friend of mine, and he actually lives down the street from where I live right now. It's like a 2-minute walk or a 3-minute walk. So that's kind of funny. He hasn't really seen my new house yet. He did help me move. He moved some stuff with me, but he hasn't seen it as it is now. So hopefully when I get my couch, which should be soon, because right now there's just a bunch of boxes in the back and just some other garbage that I still need to sort and all. But yeah, we what did it say? Yeah, I mean it's coming around, and I'm slowly settling here. It's a really nice place. Maybe when it's finally finished, I can get Bastiaan Peacewise up on the stream as well. That'd be fun. And then during the summer, for if any of you guys are coming to the Netherlands, in the summer there's a festival every week called Parkies, Brandparkies, which is on the Tuesdays, every Tuesday during July and August, I believe. And I'll be playing there as well. So that'll be sick. We're gonna do like a little SEKORA hosting thingy, small thing for a couple hours, which will be really sick. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it also means I have a lot of stuff to prepare, a lot of calls, a lot of meetings, a lot of getting everything sorted, and it's just it tends to get a lot at some point. And then more importantly, need to get back to all these amazing demos that we're getting, because we've had our inbox full with really good songs. So I'm gonna take the time tomorrow, the entire day, to go through all the demos. So any of the artists watching or listening that haven't received anything back from me personally, I know that the A&R team always gets back to you quite quickly. But yeah, the final sign off and like the feedback and all that stuff that's coming from me, that will be provided tomorrow. So yeah, make sure to check in with the A&Rs that you've been having contact with, and also for the A&Rs that are watching or listening, which would most likely be Evan. You'll get the answers tomorrow, so I'll go through everything tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot for watching, guys. It was a pleasure to be here in the new house on stream again, finally, and I'm hoping to be able to do it more often. And yeah, next week I'll probably be able to do it, and then week after, which would probably be June, I think we'll be good in June as well. And then second week of June I'm actually going to Ibiza for a nice little holiday. I haven't been there in 10 years, so let's see how much it's changed, which will be nice. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, take care.